Hello there and welcome. I'm Ole Brøller, and if you're new here, I really hope I will earn your subscription today. This is a laser cutter and engraver from ACMER. It's not a new model, it actually came out last year. It is called the ACMER P3, but it is still a valid machine. And ACMER, they sent this machine so I could test it out and see if it will work with what I do with lasers. So, could this be my new go-to machine? Well, I think we will have to find out. So, we better get started. This is the ACMER P3. I'll just see what's inside. I already peeled the top cover off, but I still need a couple of things before I will peel the rest. Here we have the guide, and it actually shows how to unbox it, so it's a bit weird. It's inside the laser cutter. And then we got a calibration card for the camera, and this is the air hose for the vent. First, we need to remove some safety screws in the bottom. The manual says that I have to turn it 180 degrees, but I don't think that's a good idea because you have this little camera bump on top of this acrylic cover, and I'm afraid that something will break because this machine is quite heavy, and putting pressure on that, I don't think that is a good idea. So I'll just flip it 90 degrees and then I will start to remove the screws. Okay, transport screws are gone. Let's see what else inside. We got a material package, accessory package, we got the laser module, air pump, a toolbox. That's pretty awesome. And then we got the safety glasses. Ooh, these are red. Okay, we better test them out right away. Blue UV lasers are dangerous for your eyes, and we really need to make sure that blue UV light can't penetrate these glasses. I'm using a piece of white paper, and then I got this UV laser pen. And let's see if it works. Whoop. Yeah, these are pretty safe. Usually, I really love a very good peel when I got some new equipment. But this machine, it was just wrapped in this very hard to get off protection film. Before I started shooting this video, I actually removed it from the top cover. And all the time it got stuck behind the screws. So now I will have to loosen the screws to get the rest off. And this just took almost an hour to clean up this machine. Lucky enough, we got a pretty cool tool set, and I really love these hex screwdrivers instead of the usual Allen keys. So thumbs up for that. But again, it was a lot of work. I had to remove the hinges to get this peel off. Top camera had to be removed, and even the fan on the backside. And then I had to put everything together again. And now we finally can look at the rest of the content of this machine. This is a 2-in-1 laser module. It has a 10-watt blue diode laser and a 2-watt IR laser. We got some hoses for the air pump, and then we got a clamp for the vent. And of course, the air pump itself. In the accessory package, we got the power supply and the USB cable. And finally, we got the material package. And this contains a lot of stuff. We got a cork coaster, some aluminium or aluminum cards, and then we got a piece of acrylic. I think this is 3mm, and then a lot of basswood in different sizes and thicknesses. That is quite awesome. We're gonna run a lot of tests here. And finally, we can remove the last piece of foam. And underneath here, we got the honeycomb. And here we got some clips, and these will make sure that your material will stay in position. And sometimes basswood have a tendency to bend, and this will just make sure that they will keep it down. And these are actually magnetic. Now we have to release the Y-axis, and these blocks have to be removed. Next up, we have the laser module and a nice simple peel. and we have to install it. But be very careful, because when pulling the Y or X axis, the stepper motors will generate power back directly into the motherboard, and you can accidentally fry it if you're not careful about this. But assembling this is pretty easy. You just have to slide it down and tighten the screws. Attach the air hose and the power cable. Here on the side we got connection for the power. We got USB-B, I would prefer C, a hose connection from the air assist, and then we got the air pump power. On the back of the machine we got power for the lights and power for the fan. And finally we got the connection for the exhaust pipe. Here on the top we got the key lock, power button and emergency stop. It is okay to use keys for unauthorized access, but why does it have to be right here on the top where you can easily bump it and maybe break it? I really like that it has this drawer so you can easily remove all the cut off material. But I wish the honeycomb were separate from the tray so you could be more consistent in placing your material. And on the inside, I found another issue. The hose connector is bent and I don't think much air will seep through, but it's pretty easy to fix. I can just pull it right here. We also got some other inputs here inside the machine, but why is the card reader inside the machine? I understand the roller. And then we got a limit switch if you want lower airflow on the pump, and then we got the flame detector. I prefer to use light burn, and I will try to use that on all my lasers. In general, I don't like the proprietary software that vendors are using for their products. I love that everything is flexible and standardized, and that's why I use Lightburn. And ACMER actually support this. They have profiles for all the laser modules in the range, and you can easily set it up. I loaded up the test file that ACMER provided for the 10-watt diode laser, and then it's just grabbing a piece of basswood in the right size and thickness for this cut and test, position it under the laser module, adjust the laser focus and make sure that the laser module is set for diode. There's a switch here on the side where you can choose if you're running IR or the diode. And here in Lightburn you can see all the layers, the speed, the power output and if air assist is on and off. And then we just have to hit the start button and the laser will do all the work. And it's done. It took 22 minutes. Let's see the result. I must say this is quite impressive from a 10-watt laser, but look at all those soot marks. It cuts pretty well. And the engravings, they will need some sanding, but I think airflow will improve this a lot. Okay, let's try one of these aluminium cards. We will have to use the IR laser for this. I will switch to the IR profile and then I will load one of the test files. I really like these wings, so I will have to remove all the other elements and move it into position where the card is in the laser cutter. Flip the switch to IR and then we can press start. And this actually looks pretty good. It's very precise, but it took about 30 minutes to make this engraving. And now I'll try to test out the camera. First we need to calibrate it, so I put in this calibration card. And here my problem started. The camera could not be detected. On this list there's only my own cameras and that's pretty much it. I thought, okay, maybe I just need to reboot the machine. I turned it off and when I powered it back on, I couldn't even detect the machine. It just ran on full power on everything. So I had to hit the emergency stop. Well, this did not turn out as I expected. I really started to like this machine and I think it's got some really awesome features. But right after I did this IR test with the card here, I was going to test out the camera and start to calibrate it, and the computer didn't want to detect it. And I thought maybe I broke something when I was doing all the peeling. I just loosened the screws and got all the peel out from underneath it and then screwed it back in. So I don't know what's happening, but I got a bad feeling that we got a fried motherboard. And sometimes electronics, yeah, things just happens, things break, and you will have to replace something. And it's definitely not ACMER's fault. It could happen to anyone, and maybe I did something wrong, I don't know. But I am going to make a follow-up video when I'm getting this machine back up and running, because I'm not done testing this, and I think it's really got some good potential here. We also got to test this thing. ACMER sent me this 48-watt laser head, and I'm really excited about this because I'm cutting a lot. I'm doing less engraving, but I'm cutting a lot. And this type of laser head is definitely the go-to if you're going to cut very fast in a hurry. And 48 watts, that's pretty good. But I also want to do some upgrades, because there is a couple of things in here that I'm not so happy about with this machine. I really love that this machine comes with a full enclosure for safety, but also for airflow. But it's not sealed properly, and the smoke just leaks out of every gap. It's just a general thing in all machines of this type, and even the open lasers where you can get a tent, it will still leak. So I'll try to seal up this machine a lot better. And then we have the airflow under the cutting table, and ACMER actually lifted up the honeycomb from the bottom plate, and that is so good. But the fan is on top of the machine and it won't get airflow good enough underneath the honeycomb, and you will get an awful scorch on the backside of what you're cutting. But I will make a follow-up video and give this machine another chance to shine, because I got a pretty good feeling about this. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see the follow-up video on this machine. Remember to turn on the notification button, and I hope I will have a second video out maybe in April, and then I will be back with all the upgrades and my final opinion of this machine. So stick around and I will see you soon.